Hey guys, what's up? It's Carl playing with Plinkins Networking, and today we are going to be setting up an Active Directory domain controller. Now, in my first video on YouTube, you guys saw that I installed Windows Server 2008 and walked you through the initial setup of Windows Server 2008. Now we are going to be starting my new video series of Windows Server Active Directory. So to start this video off, we first, before anything, need to have an Active Directory server. And in order to do that, we need to run tcpromo.exe and click OK. Now it's going to check if Active Directory domain services are installed. It'll install them automatically for you, and then we're going to click Next here. Now, if you want to use the advanced mode, you can. I'm going to be covering this in another video, but for this video, we are just going to be doing the standard install. Now here's just explaining everything to you and what you need for it and everything. So we're just going to click Next and skip that because we already know. We're going to create a new domain and a new forest. We're going to click Next. Okay, for our domain name, now this domain name can be anything. It could be your website's name, like plinkinsnetworking.com, for example. If you used ours, obviously you wouldn't be able to use ours, but if you wanted to use your website address, you really honestly could. You could also port forward the certain ports that Active Directory uses to your domain, therefore making it so that your Active Directory server could be reached outside of your home. But most people just use VPN for that, so to be honest with you, I wouldn't port forward your Active Directory server, I just port forward VPN. So for this video, for our domain name, we're just going to we'll use Children's Kids Hospital .local. Now you can use .local or .com or .srv or .prv, but for this video we're just going to be using .local. Now it's just going to check and make sure there's no network with the same name on this area, on this LAN network. Now here it's going to ask you to set up your forced function level. Now what this means is for certain connections you would want Windows Server 2008, 2008 R2, or 2003. Now if you want to do 2003, that means what you're saying here is that you have a Windows Server 2003 operating system running on your network that is going to be connected to this domain controller. But seeing as how it's 2015, and I highly doubt anybody is going to be using 2003, in most cases you're just going to do 2008 or 2008 R2. In our video, we're not going to be using anything but 2008 R2, so we are just going to be clicking Next because it adds just a little bit more security to your network, making it so that servers that were downloaded from like the Pirate Bay or cat.ph can't be used on your network. Well, I mean, if they downloaded R2, obviously it could, but Windows Server 2003 and 2008 would not be able to connect to the forest on this network. This would also go for Windows Vista, XP, and Windows 2000. None of those operating systems would be able to connect. However, Windows 7, Windows 8, and Windows 8.1, and Windows 10 would all be able to get onto this network. I do believe with Windows 10, though, there's something you have to do in order to get a client to connect to the 2008 R2 network. But I might be wrong about that. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I didn't like 2012 R2, and I did not like Windows 10. I also did not like Windows 8.1 at first, but seeing as how my laptop and my desktop only support Windows 10, I am kind of stuck with them, with Windows 8. I mean, not Windows 10. So right now it's just examining our DNS configuration. This is going to take a minute. This is on a virtual machine, so it's not going to be the fastest process. So for now, I'm just going to pause the video. We'll come back when it's done. Okay guys, so it is done with the DNS configuration. So now we are going to click Next. And again, it's going to examine the DNS, and we're going to click Yes, Continue. These we're all going to leave at the default directories. Honestly, unless you know what you're doing, I would not mess with these directories. It can make it so some stuff won't work on your network. Okay, here we are going to be setting our directory services restore password. Now we're going to type in a password that matches the complexity requirements of Windows Server 2008 once you first set it up. You can change that GPO. I will be doing a video on that later. So now we are just going to let this run, and we're going to tell it to reboot on completion. And I'll be back with you guys once it has rebooted. Okay guys, so we are back, and we are going to log into our server now. As you can see, it says Kids Hospital, and it's asking for our password. We're going to type in boss_302, which is my password for this server that I totally just gave out. But I'm not really concerned about it because this is just a virtual machine, and I don't use this password on any of my other machines. Okay guys, so we are booted into the server. Now we're just going to wait for server manager to pop up and let us know that our Active Directory services were installed, and they were installed successfully. It's just collecting the data, and it is done. Okay, and as you guys can all see, we do have the services installed. There are a few errors. In some cases this does happen. It's not a big deal, don't freak out about it because it'll still work. It's just usually errors that are like stupid security risks that you should go in and fix. But we're not going to worry about that today. We're just going to close this, and I will see you guys in the next video. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out. Thanks again everybody for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.